Breaking. FBI just uncovered shocking evidence at Whoopi Goldberg's estate. The FBI has just uncovered a shocking secret in the magnificent Goldberg estate, a discovery that has stunned even veteran agents. Why did they raid the legendary actress's property? What is being hidden behind those closed doors? And more importantly, why has the public never known the truth? The evidence just found has changed everything we thought we knew about Goldberg, and the story is just beginning. Do you love or admire Whoopi Goldberg? If yes, leave number 1. If not, leave number 0. Don't forget to support us by clicking like and share to get more interesting videos. Under the dim streetlights of the early morning, the neighborhood where the magnificent Goldberg estate stands is so quiet that you can hear the leaves gently brushed against the sidewalk. But this morning, that tranquility was shattered by the roar of engines, hurried footsteps, and an atmosphere so tense you could cut it with a knife. It was only around 5 a.m. The sun hadn't risen yet, and the neighbors were still asleep, except for a few elderly people who had the habit of waking up early for a walk. But they quickly realized something was very wrong. A convoy of black, unmarked SUVs suddenly appeared, moving slowly but powerfully, with men dressed in black suits. Bulletproof vests and sunglasses stepped out of the vehicles, their faces expressionless. They quickly surrounded the magnificent Goldberg estate, blocking all entrances, preventing anyone from coming or going. Then bang, bang, bang. The sound of knocking echoed like thunder in the early morning, with no gentleness or hesitation. This was not a routine visit. This was a raid. Someone inside the estate moved, and the light shining from the upstairs window signaled that the owner of the house was awake. The large wooden door slowly creaked open and... there stood Whoopi Goldberg, the woman known to all of America, who had experienced every high and low of Hollywood but had never faced a situation like this. Though she had just woken up, Whoopi maintained her usual calm demeanor. She wore a light gray robe, her hair flowing naturally, her eyes scanning the group of agents standing at the door, not fearful but filled with surprise and a bit of confusion. "What's going on?" Her voice was calm, yet sharp. One of the agents stepped forward, showing an FBI badge and then pulling out a file from. "Black suits, we have a search warrant. This is a federal investigation." The statement was like a bomb exploding in the morning mist. As soon as the door opened, the agents swiftly entered, occupying the space inside the estate. Neighbors began to gather out of curiosity, now standing in groups gossiping. "Who would have thought, oh my God, Goldberg?" A middle-aged woman shook her head in disbelief. "She's a big star. How could she be involved with the FBI?" Another whispered. However, the rumors only added to the mounting tension. Some reporters had gotten wind of the incident and quickly arrived, raising their cameras to capture every moment. Local police were also dispatched to control the crowd, setting up barricades to keep anyone from getting too close to the estate. The flash of cameras repeatedly reflected off the windows of the FBI vehicles, creating a chaotic and dramatic scene. Meanwhile, inside the luxurious estate, a thorough search was underway. The agents were split into groups, each with a clear task, as they inspected everything. The room was opened, all the drawers searched, every book on the shelf moved with no detail left untouched. Whoopi stood silently in the living room, arms crossed, her eyes never leaving the agents as they searched her home. She knew one thing. The FBI didn't knock on her door for no reason, but the question was why? What could make them suspect her? One agent stepped forward, looked directly into her eyes, and sternly asked, "Would you like us to call your lawyer?" Whoopi took a deep breath and nodded. "I think that's the right thing to do." No one knows exactly what the FBI is searching for, but one thing is certain. They have a very serious reason for carrying out this raid. Some agents, wearing white gloves, are carefully opening a drawer in Whoopi's personal library, the place where she keeps many important documents, including script contracts and personal letters written over the decades. One agent pulls out a stack of papers, slowly flipping through each page. On the other side of the house, another group is inspecting the basement, a place seldom visited. The area filled with old, dust-covered boxes was opened, and each item was carefully examined. Then suddenly, one agent exclaimed, "I think we found something." Immediately, the entire FBI team in the estate gathered. A metal box was pulled from a hidden corner, locked and showing no signs of tampering for years. Whoopi, standing not far away, squinted. "I've never seen that box before," she said slowly. The agents glanced at each other and quickly took the box outside. They didn't open it immediately, but carefully sealed it and sent it to an expert. After hours of searching, the FBI finally left the estate. They said nothing to the press, and no official statement was made. All that remained were unanswered questions and a famous actress standing in her home filled with suspicion. The crowd outside began to disperse, but the stories continued to spread. Headlines immediately appeared. FBI raids Whoopi Goldberg's house? What's going on? The secret in Whoopi's estate? What did the FBI find? The whole of America is waiting for answers, but only those inside. The investigation uncovered the truth, and that truth could change everything. Whoopi Goldberg has never been a stranger to controversy. As one of the most famous faces in Hollywood, she has experienced countless highs and lows in her career, from loud victories on the big screen to moments of fierce criticism for her personal views. But this time, everything is different. This is not just a television debate or a critical magazine article. The FBI isn't involved because of controversial statements, A search warrant was issued, and they were certain that something truly serious was going on, but the biggest question remains. What made Whoopi Goldberg the target? Some legal experts speculate that this could be a financial investigation. In recent years, many celebrities have been prosecuted for tax issues or shady business dealings. But if this is just a tax issue, why does the FBI seem so tense? Why would they send an armed task force to the home of an elderly actress? Is there something more troubling going on throughout her decades-long career? Whoopi Goldberg has faced intense public scrutiny many times. She is not afraid to speak her mind, even when it could get her into trouble. She has been criticized for her remarks on The View, where she co-hosted for many years. Heated debates with guests, controversial comments on politics and society, these all made her one of the most divisive figures in entertainment. However, despite the many controversies, Whoopi has never faced a real risk that would affect her career as much as this. Immediately after the news of the raid, social media exploded with a flurry of theories. Reddit, Twitter, and TikTok forums were flooded with posts about Whoopi Goldberg. Some people believe this is just a misunderstanding, while others propose conspiracy theories suggesting the FBI might be investigating the media. The press didn't miss the opportunity, and sensational headlines began appearing in every newspaper. Hollywood was shocked. FBI raids Whoopi Goldberg's home. What's going on? One of America's greatest actresses is under investigation. Could this end her career? The incident even became a hot topic on late-night talk shows like Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert, was filled with sarcastic remarks. But behind those jokes lies an undeniable truth. Whoopi Goldberg is facing a major storm. When the FBI left Whoopi Goldberg's mansion, they didn't make any official statements. No charges, no announcements about allegations, no explanation about the mysterious box they took away. But their silence only made the story even more dramatic. Whoopi's fans are worried this could be the end of her legendary career. Advertising contracts, movie offers, and even her role on The View could be at risk if the investigation continues. Meanwhile, her critics rejoice, and some of her haters begin posting mocking articles claiming this is revenge for her controversial statements in the past. But Whoopi Goldberg is not the type to be easily knocked down. Just days after the raid, Whoopi finally broke her silence in a special episode of The View. She appeared before the audience with a calm demeanor, but her eyes contained an unmistakable anger. "I know who you are." Saying, "I've heard it all, but let me make it clear. I have nothing to hide." She didn't say much about the investigation, but her message was very clear. She would not let this incident ruin her career and reputation. But will her words be enough to silence the rumors? The FBI has yet to release any details about the investigation, meaning the mystery continues. The question now is, what is really going on? And more importantly, will Whoopi Goldberg be able to weather this storm? A dense silence envelops Whoopi Goldberg's luxurious estate as the FBI. The agent stepped in, the dim light from the flashlight sweeping across every corner, every bookshelf, every perfectly hung painting. But what they were searching for was not in plain sight, but hidden deep within the secrets of this house. As the search progressed, one agent noticed something strange on the wall behind the office, a nearly invisible groove running along the baseboard. At first, it seemed like a normal decorative detail, but when an agent accidentally touched it, a loud click echoed through the quiet space. The entire task force stopped. Their eyes turned towards the wall. One of the agents, experienced in detecting hidden rooms, crouched down and once again ran his hand along the groove. The click sounded, but this time accompanied by an unusual shift. A section of the wall began to move, revealing a small door that wasn't on the estate's blueprint. The agents quickly glanced at each other. No one knew what was behind that door, and in a tense moment, they reached for their guns, preparing for anything that might happen. The door opened to reveal a narrow hallway led down to a dark basement, the air inside thick with the musty smell as if it hadn't been touched in years. Then they entered the secret room, unlike any other part of the estate, with only dusty wooden shelves and an old table in the center of the room. But what truly caught the agent's attention were the metal boxes neatly stacked in a corner, each sealed tightly, seemingly untouched for many years. The agent opened the first box. Inside was a collection of old documents, many marked. If you are curious about these secrets, leave number 1, otherwise leave number 0, and don't forget to like the video and share to support us. The Secret. Some of the papers had yellowed with age, but their contents remained intact. Another agent flipped through the documents and immediately recognized familiar names, some powerful figures in the entertainment industry and politics. But the most shocking part wasn't these documents. It was something at the bottom of the box, a handwritten letter on thick parchment, sealed with a red wax stamp. This letter had existed for decades, perhaps even longer, but what truly astonished the FBI was the symbol on the seal. The symbol had appeared in a major case the FBI had never solved. The lead agent carefully picked up the letter, examining every stroke of the handwriting. The sender hadn't signed their full name, but part of the letter revealed an important clue. If this letter was found, it meant the truth would never be revealed. The words were cryptic, mysterious, as if written for someone in the future, or perhaps to warn someone. But the question is, how did this letter end up in the Grand Goldberg estate, based on the wax seal and the contents of the letter? The FBI suspected the case was connected to a mysterious incident from many years ago, a case they had never publicly disclosed. Some inside sources revealed that this case was tied to one of the biggest scandals in Hollywood history, an unsolved disappearance, a secret hidden by those in power. But the most important question was whether Whoopi Goldberg knew about the existence of this room, whether she knew about these secret documents, or if it was something she accidentally possessed without knowing. The FBI knew they couldn't rush to conclusions about these documents. It could be crucial evidence for a case long forgotten, or they could be the key to unveiling a truth that many want to keep hidden. But one thing is certain. The investigation doesn't end there. The news of the secret room was immediately leaked. The media jumped on the story, competing to report on this new discovery. FBI finds secret basement in the glamorous Goldberg estate. What has she been hiding? Theories spread, ranging from plausible stories to far-fetched conspiracies. Some people believe Goldberg might be holding important information about a secret in Hollywood. Others even speculated that there could be a larger conspiracy behind the whole situation. But regardless, Whoopi Goldberg is now not just a famous actress. She has become the center of one of the biggest mysteries the FBI has ever faced, and the biggest question remains unanswered. What did that letter actually say, and where will it lead? News of the FBI raid on Whoopi Goldberg's estate spread like wildfire in just a few hours. Major newspapers, television networks, and social media flooded with sensational headlines. Nata has sunk. As they delved into analyzing every detail revealed, no one could have imagined that at that moment, the FBI was beginning to piece together clues from the documents found in the secret room. And it seemed that everything was leading to an astonishing hypothesis. Could Goldberg be linked to a shocking incident in Hollywood history? As the FBI examined the sealed documents in the secret room, they realized that most of them weren't just personal papers. Some of the documents contained letters exchanged between Goldberg and high-ranking figures. In the entertainment industry, directors, producers, and even those behind some of the most powerful corporations in Hollywood, in particular, had a series of letters exchanged with a name that caught the attention of the agent: Howard L. Emerson. This name may not be familiar to the public, but within investigative circles, it is a crucial clue. Emerson was a highly influential film producer from the 1970s to the 1990s, but then he suddenly left the industry and mysteriously disappeared from Hollywood. His last public appearance was in 1994, just before a major financial scandal. Related to one of the biggest film studios at the time, rumors spread that he had left the United States and severed all ties with Hollywood. So why would Whoopi Goldberg exchange letters with someone like that? One of the documents that particularly caught the FBI's attention was a handwritten letter signed by Whoopi Goldberg, sent in 1993. The letter read, the passage, "I know what happened that night. If the truth is exposed, we're all in trouble." What night was it, and what happened that made someone like Whoopi? Worried enough to write these words, another letter was sent a few months later, seemingly trying to reassure someone that they wouldn't find anything. Just stay quiet. These letters could be evidence of a bigger conspiracy, but the FBI had yet to determine their true context. However, as they continued to search through other documents, one piece of evidence shed light on everything. An old VHS tape with the label, "Do Not Watch Private." The agents immediately took the tape to the lab to recover its contents, but just by looking at its worn surface. Enough to know that if there was anything important inside, it may have been hidden for decades. As the FBI continued their investigation, they realized that Whoopi Goldberg had close ties with a small group of powerful figures in the entertainment industry in the late 80s and early 90s. Among them were names rumored to be involved in a major scandal, a case that had been covered up or forgotten by the media over time. In 1991, a young actor suddenly disappeared from Hollywood after accusing a powerful figure of misconduct. However, the case was quickly resolved, muzzled, and the identity of the whistleblower never revealed. The FBI is now asking whether Whoopi Goldberg knew about the case, whether she was involved in any way, intentionally or unintentionally, and most importantly, whether the documents found in her house are the key to reopening this buried case. As soon as news about the documents in the mansion leaked, the public began to panic. Fans of Whoopi Goldberg, who had followed her for decades, were confused by the new hypothesis. Some believed she might have accidentally. It could be related to an incident in the past that she never anticipated. Others believe she may be hiding an important secret, and the FBI's search is just the first step in uncovering everything. The FBI is now facing a mountain of documents that could change the public's perception of Whoopi Goldberg. What they found in the secret room might just be the tip of the iceberg, with much more yet to be explored. What is hidden beneath that VHS tape? Do the letters really connect to a major scandal in the past? And if the truth is, how will this revelation affect Whoopi Goldberg's career and reputation? One thing is certain. The investigation is far from over, and whatever the FBI discovers next could change everything. The FBI raid on Whoopi Goldberg's estate not only shook Hollywood, but also sparked a wave of speculation across the media. A series of theories emerged. What is she hiding? Do the documents seized relate to a shocking secret? And why did the FBI act so decisively? For days, the public could only guess. But then, amidst the storm, Whoopi Goldberg finally. Breaking her silence, what she said shocked everyone. In an exclusive interview on one of America's biggest television shows, Whoopi Goldberg remained calm but determined as the host asked about the raid. She took a deep breath, looked straight into the camera, and said, "Look, I woke up one morning and saw the FBI in my living room. If you think that's a fun way to start the day, you're mistaken." Right from the first words, Whoopi made it clear she had no intention of dodging the issue when asked about the mystery. The documents seized by the FBI, she laughed and said they found some old letters, some movie scripts, and clearly some history books. "I guess I should warn them that I'm a collector," she continued, asserting that the materials in the secret room were nothing to worry about, just simply a personal collection, a memento from her career spanning decades. But what surprised the public the most was a completely new revelation. The secret room wasn't a place to hide shocking secrets, but actually a personal museum that I've always been drawn to. Hollywood history, especially the parts that people tend to forget, that secret room was just my small collection of things I found interesting over the years. She explained that the letters exchanged with Howard L. Emerson, who is being investigated by the FBI, were actually just conversations about film projects that were never made. "We talked about films that were never made, stories that were too controversial for their time," she said. "No conspiracy, no crime, just two people who loved cinema." However, the interview didn't stop there. Explaining the documents, when asked if she thought the raid was a plot to bring her down, Whoopi paused for a moment, then answered with a mysterious smile, "Let's just say Hollywood is full of surprises, and some people don't like it when you ask too many questions." This statement immediately sparked a new wave of speculation. Who is behind this investigation? Is someone intentionally targeting Whoopi Goldberg to discredit her? Some sources in the industry began leaking information that the FBI had received an anonymous tip, leading to the raid on Whoopi's mansion. But who is behind this information, and why would they want to involve Whoopi Goldberg in such a case? Immediately after the interview aired, public opinion became divided. Some believe that Whoopi is completely innocent, that she's just a victim of a misunderstanding or even a political plot. But many still feel suspicious. Why would the FBI raid her mansion if everything is so simple? And most importantly, what is it that Whoopi Goldberg hasn't revealed yet? Matter how reasonable her story may seem, there are still too many unanswered questions. The VHS tape that the FBI found in the secret room has yet to be revealed. Is it just an old film, or does it truly contain something that could change everything? The answer is still ahead, and perhaps this is just the beginning of a much bigger mystery. In the days following the incident, a strong wave of reaction from colleagues and fans of Whoopi Goldberg helped reshape the landscape of the entertainment industry. Whoopi Goldberg, a cinematic legend of Hollywood's icons, stands in the midst of an unprecedented storm. Will she be able to overcome it? Or will this become an indelible stain on her career? Within less than a week after the raid, major film studios began taking clear actions. A movie project featuring Whoopi Goldberg, which had been in development, was suddenly put on indefinite hold. A Hollywood insider revealed that studios were being cautious. No one wanted to get involved in the controversy right now. A documentary about Hollywood history that she was producing lost its funding, with the reason being that a re-evaluation was necessary. The project, along with the TV show Whoopi Goldberg co-hosts, also found itself in a tense situation as some sponsors began to pull out. Hollywood is a pragmatic place. When you shine, the world watches you. But when you're caught in a scandal, they quickly turn their backs. Whoopi Goldberg's situation rapidly became a hot topic in the media, and the arts community couldn't ignore it. Some people spoke out in her defense, claiming that the FBI raid was unreasonable and baseless, but not everyone was supportive. Some sectors of the industry figures in the industry were cautious, avoiding mentioning Whoopi Goldberg in interviews, and even colleagues who had worked with her quietly deleted old posts related to her on social media. Clearly, not everyone was willing to risk their reputation to support her. While Hollywood was divided, the public was also caught between two opposing viewpoints. A segment of her fans believed Whoopi Goldberg was the victim of a larger plot, that the FBI had overstepped its bounds and lacked compelling evidence. But there were also those who felt uneasy about the unanswered questions. The questions, the mysteries surrounding the seized documents, and especially the fact that the FBI hasn't released an official investigation conclusion, have made it difficult for people to take a clear side in support of Whoopi Goldberg. Public opinion is divided, and this has made her situation more precarious than ever. While Hollywood continues to be the topic of conversation, the FBI remains silent. No official announcements, no new information, no updates on the investigation. This silence only adds to the mystery. Is the FBI preparing an important statement, or have they realized that they went off course and quietly trying to backtrack? A media analyst commented, "Sometimes silence is more dangerous than words. If the FBI doesn't clarify soon, people will fill in the blanks themselves. And indeed, without answers, the wildest theories begin to emerge. Some tabloids even suggest that there's a dark force in the entertainment industry trying to bring down Whoopi Goldberg. But regardless of whether that story is true, the clearest thing right now is that Whoopi Goldberg's reputation has threatened seriously." The most important question now is whether Whoopi Goldberg will recover from this shock. Hollywood has witnessed many stars lose their dignity after major scandals, but there are also those who have reborn, overcoming everything to continue shining. Whoopi Goldberg is a strong woman, a talented actress, and one of the most influential people in the entertainment industry. But is that enough to help her weather this storm? Only time will tell. However, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. The FBI has uncovered something surprising, but the biggest question remains. What does this mean for Whoopi Goldberg? A new chapter has been opened, and the public has only seen the first page. The truth will continue to unfold, and the secrets yet to be revealed may be even more shocking. If you like this content, please leave a comment, and don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and following us to receive the next videos.